You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now this week there wasn't really anything major news going on except for the whole trucker rally thing or whatever that was going on in Canada. It's the only thing I saw that was really big news. There was quite a few of them, like 65,000 or better, 75,000, I can't remember. Quite a lot of them. Anyways, that's the only really big thing I saw. I am running a week behind because I got really bad sick this past week. Now, I've had the CV before, the China V, and it only lasted like 3 days. However, my older brother is a federal agent, employee, whatever, and he was forced to take the vax or lose his job. So he got the vax. He got sick. He gave it to me. Now that means I've had it twice, but it was a different strain because it mutates every time someone's vaxxed. It mutates, so you get a completely different strain. And this one knocked me on my ass. It took almost 2 weeks to get over this crap this time around. I'm still not completely fully recovered. I'm on my 3rd week and I'm still getting like migraines and shit from the sinuses. But the CV's clear. It's gone. I'm over it. But yeah, this time around it was 10 times worse. I was definitely down for a while. Anyways, all's good. Back to normal for the most part. Now, I did try to watch a television show called Lost. Back in the day, Lost, they land on some island after some plane wreck, and then these magical numbers keep appearing and causing them trouble and blah blah blah. I only watched the first season. I started to watch the second season and I was just like, no, I can't. I just can't, because it's the same crap as the first season. In the first season, they literally have to go through people's backgrounds of how they got to the island 50 fucking times. It's like, come on, give me a fucking break. I don't care about what happened to these people in the past. I don't care. All I want to see is what happens to them while they're on the island. I don't need to see all the fucking drama that they went through before they got to the fucking island. I could give a fuck less. But yeah, throughout the entire first season, that's what they did. It was constantly going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between someone's bullshit and the reason why they're on the island. The only interesting background story was the big guy's story, because you know he had the numbers, because the numbers are a big part of the island. That's the only one that mattered. The rest of them, bullshit. You didn't need any of it. Not one of them. Just the big guy, Hurley or whatever his name was. Anyways, as I started to watch the second season, they started that shit all over again. Trying to do shit from the past and then come back to the present. I'm not doing it again. I forced myself through the first season. The Lost is an absolutely shit show. It's a terrible, unless you're a drama person. 2 thumbs down. I hated that show. It sucked. I do not recommend it. Now, the other show I watched only had 1 season on it. It's an underrated show, sci-fi show. It was done in 1985 is when it came out, and it was called OtherWorld, and it starred Sam Groom, Jonathan Banks. You might know him. He usually plays some kind of henchman in the movies. He was the bad guy that was chasing him around. Jonah Lee and Gretchen Gobert was also in this. You might know Jonah Lee from, she's done several bit parts and several TV movies and stuff. The story is this family, they go to Egypt. They ask a guide to show them around. He tricks them, takes them into a pyramid, and then disappears. Runs off, leaves them in the dark. And then they fall into some type of portal because the planets just happen to align just right at that point in time. So it opened up a doorway and they fell through and ended up in this other world. Hence the name, OtherWorld. Now throughout the whole series, which just 1 season, they're constantly running from Jonathan Banks' character, which is a commander of this army of zone troopers. They call them zone troopers because there's certain areas in their world that people are not allowed to be in for some reason. They don't really explain it. And then they have certain cities have AIs running them. It's kind of strange. But anyways, like I said, throughout the whole show, they're constantly running from this guy, living in these different cities. They end up stealing a crystal from him that has like his command codes, so they're able to use that to get into certain cities and get new identities and stuff. Now, the show was okay. It wasn't all that bad. It was actually kind of interesting. And I think they could have done so much more with this show. The acting was decent. The story was decent. I give it 2 thumbs up. It was an interesting show. I wish they would have done more. And I think it's one of those 80s classics that's become a cult classic that should be redone, re-looked into. I give it 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. For just 1 season, it wasn't a bad show. Okay. enough of that. Let's get on to your B movie reviews. Alright, movie holics, this week is Action Week. Now, I am doing a couple of reviews from one of my subscribers. His name is, so I'll just call him Sal. Anyways, he's asked me to do a couple of actions before. He's really into Chuck Norris. I'm not. But anyways, I'd never heard of these two, so kudos to him for mentioning them. Why? Because they both star Charles Bronson, and the Death Wish series is about the only movies I know of that star Charles Bronson. I think he did some westerns too, but I never was a fan of Charles Bronson either, except for the Death Wishes, which I've done all them. But anyway, the first one is called Murphy's Law. And of course it stars Charles Bronson. It has Kathleen Willate, I think that's how you pronounce it. And Carrie Snodgrass plays the bad guy, or the serial killer that's after him. It was done in 1986. It made about 10 million worldwide. So it, just mediocre. It did okay. Anyways, the story is Charles Bronson. At first, he runs into this teen. Well, not really teen. I guess a 20-year-old, which is Kathleen's character, little redhead. Which I don't think she's really that good looking of a girl, but then she's like constantly hitting on Charles Bronson, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because Charles Bronson's like 60 years old in this film, and she's like 20, so it was kind of weird. It was, just a little off. But anyways, the story is Charles Bronson and his partner and a couple other people put away this woman who was a psycho. I mean, psycho. And from 10 years before. Now she's been released on good behavior, blah, blah, blah. They all thought that she pulled an act on him so she could get out. And then she just starts killing everybody who was involved in her case, who put her away, one by one, until Bronson is the only one that's left, which is known as Murphy. But anyway, Jack Murphy. Anyway, they eventually it comes to a point at the end of the movie where they have to kind of face off, and Charles Bronson finally takes her out, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. As far as cop, it's a cop detective action type movie. It's not a bad movie. It's worth a watch. It was decent, I thought. He had some decent actors in it. Would I recommend this? Yeah, if you're into cop movies or detective type movies, yeah, I would recommend this. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it was worth a watch. It reminded me of a good TV movie. I mean, I know it's not a TV movie, but at the same time, that's what it reminded me of. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. It was a decent flick. I'd recommend it if you're looking for a good cop movie. The next one he asked me to review was a movie called Assassination. Again, it's another Charles Bronson movie. So I'd never heard of it. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll check it out. Don't bother me none. Assassination. Now, this one starred Jill Ireland as the leading lady. She is the first lady. She's playing the first lady, and she's kind of a bitch. I mean, straight up bitch, like feminist type bitch. You know, she's always right, you're always wrong. You're a fucking man, she's a woman, she knows what she's talking about, you don't know jack shit. That kind of feminist bitch. Anyways, so he has to put up with a lot of shit at first from her, but eventually he starts saving her life a couple of times, and then she starts, okay, maybe this guy ain't so bad. He's actually saved my ass a couple of times. Maybe I should start listening. There's a particular guy, and I can't remember what he was called. He's like a campaign manager or senator or representative or some shit for the president. If it gets out that something about his wife and shit, if something gets out about her and the president, you know, them being not really in love or whatever, and blah blah blah, I don't know, something to that extent. It's better off to kill her off so the president can go in as like he's had a widow for his second term or whatever. And that guy, he's riding on his coattails, so he'll get to tag along. So he's the bad guy. He's trying to kill the first lady, and Charles Bronson, of course, ends up keeping her from getting killed and stopping the bad guy. And that's, of course, he kills him too. You know, it just Charles Bronson just. You don't want to tango with the dude, because in every film he literally just kills off whoever's trying to kill him every time. It never fails from all the movies I've seen of him in them. This one was, I would say this movie, as far as my opinion goes, is okay. It wasn't all that great. It was just okay. Mediocre. The first one was way better. This one, yeah. I give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. I mean, it was decent acting and everything. The story was kind of lame, but other than that, it was alright. I think it could have been better. But like I said, I don't even know if I mentioned it. This was done in 1987, a year later after Murphy's Law, but it only made about $6 million. I mean, it didn't do very good at all. So at the box office worldwide. But like I said, if you're just looking for, you know, a half-assed decent action flick, you probably watch it and be okay. It was okay. Wasn't horrible, wasn't great. That's why I said, hey, do I recommend it? Like I said, if you're just looking to kill some time, watch a decent action flick, sure, why not? It wasn't that bad. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. If you have anything, like any thoughts or anything about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions, any movies that might be underrated, or you would think I may never have heard of, that would probably be cult classics or something like that. And it it can be any genre except for drama or Western. No Westerns, no drama. No, 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 no. But anything else, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I will get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you be told the truth, and you just been told.